Okay, there's only 4 seconds on the clock. The boys are down by 2. They need someone to come up with the three-pointer. The ball comes in from Burns. There's Scotty Miller on the three-point line. The ball's in the air. Bang! Swoosh! The Maginator!
Hey, Scotty Miller. How are you, buddy?
Yes, man.
Good to see you, buddy.
Finally here.
The magic part's here. How cool's that, mate?
Mate, I tell you what, this looks absolutely amazing, Ash, man.
Well, it's little Hollywood, isn't it, mate? Hey, without the stars. So
12 months.
12 months.
12 months. 12
months. The best part of 12 months to get us to this point. So,
yeah. Done a lot of work. Those foundations went deep.
Yeah, they're down about 90 feet, so they had to hold you and me up, and
yeah.
So and the big guests that we get here. So
and the thing is, we've got a big week coming up. We got the legend.
Joel Maz, wow, that's going to be a cracker in the middle of it.
Yeah, and I'm excited, man. I just got here and I saw the cars out in the car park. We've got all these lovely people here watching
there's
and stuff.
a fair crowd here tonight, which is fantastic.
Hey,
let's cheers the big red one.
Thank you very much. We've got to get that going. The West End, I love it. Oh, should take a drink. Thank you.
Yeah, well, here we go, Scotty. It has been a little bit of time in the making, but
12 months, Ash, man. 12 months. So before we interview the legend, how about you just tell us a little bit about yourself,
Hey,
mate?
I'm a high-rise glazier. Back in the 80s there, we were doing up to, 22, 23-storey buildings in Adelaide.
Nice.
Doing all the glass. And these days I'm doing big commercial doors, so with a local aluminium place here.
And the great thing is now you got your lad working with you?
Yeah, Reece is working with us. I've had him 12 months now, which is pretty cool. So
that's awesome.
I can do less, and he's doing a little bit more.
Yeah.
So,
and played baseball for how many years?
Oh, maybe 8 or 9 years.
Oh, you played a lot longer than that, old man.
So there was a big gap between the second start and the first start.
And that's obviously where your work went into.
Yes.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And what about yourself, Scotty?
Yeah, long road, Ashman. I worked hard all my life. Started off playing a bit of high-level basketball, I suppose you could call it, and then lucky enough to play American football, which was just amazing. Like, my American football career was absolutely fantastic. And then finished up where I met yourself at the Dodgers Baseball Club, where we met the Ledge and all that sort of stuff as well. And this is where it all starts from. So, yeah, it's been a fun ride, Ashman.
Did you get a chance to win a premiership or two with the American footy? Or
I was very blessed, Ashman. I played 13 years and amazed to rock up 10 championships. 10 championships. So I haven't won one with you guys yet with the baseball, and that's my dream. Is like maybe Maz can come and help us out and win a championship, but haven't won one yet. But
this guy does raise the bar. Look,
you won a Div 7 championship with the boys.
Yeah, we did win a Div 7 North, I reckon, out at Playford. That was the grand final, and look, they come home with a wet sail, mate. We were up, and in the end, they were hitting doubles after doubles, and the postie old Joel Perks happened to...
The mailman just reach out,
take the winning catch, and I think Balzan went up there and gave him a big kisser out there at left field. So, But look, it went right to the wire, which is great anyway, to have a final go that way.
Amazing. And we'll talk to the man across the road about winning some finals.
Oh, sure. And you think about it, this is with the Expendables. We lost a couple, and we lost the grand final last year, and hey, we were lucky in 2019 to get the premiership, and boy, it's put us on the map now, which is fantastic. You're a part of it. Mazzy is a part of it.
Yeah, and that's a big part of us, and that's a big part of...
Yeah, it's got a culture now, hasn't it? It's got a real culture growing with... You've got Erica, you've got Petey, the Stingray, Big Jace.
I'll just say straight now, Feet, the Stingray will be a whole episode one day.
Wayno Butterfield.
Yeah, Wayno, he's been a big part.
Man, that's a guy on the road. He's a champion anyway. And look, they're our number 1 and 2 supporters anyway, which is fantastic. And Look, what a go. Scotty, you got some mints? You got
Yeah,
something?
mate.
Love the white
We always like to make sure the boss is here, like to make sure that we're looking after the teeth. I'm not sure even how the man flu.
No, we don't have man flu here.
Yeah,
But,
not sure about this in the times we're going through.
Just in case we got a blousy man or a...
We might need to give Maz one afterwards.
Sure.
But the most thing is, hey, we're here to have some fun, drink a few beers, and the man coming up next.
This is the Joel Maz, eh? Let's have a swig before we start.
Yeah, have a swig.
Good on you, Joel. We're
Joel.
coming to you, mate.
There's Dipper to pitch. Dipper's cheese thrown a curve. Oh, out it goes. That ball is going over. It's going right out into Joel Maz, man. Oh my God, Joel Maz has just jumped off the fence and caught the ball over the top. He has stopped the home run. The Mazinator.
Joel Maz, born 1982, son of Peter and Diane. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. I don't know if I'm humbled to be here or afraid to be here.
No afraid. It's all good and fun. But let's just all have a quick little drink.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
It's taken a little while to get you here, which is fantastic.
Well, look, I think you've got a problem already, to be honest. Your intro.
Yep.
That was Dipper serving up that one down Broadway.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way I'm climbing the fence for him.
Nah, let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, no way. Cool. Just get that.
Yep.
Clear. Yep, cool.
Understand that. But what does 161 mean to you, Maz?
That's heaven, mate. That's Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Yep, been there many times, both the old and the new. Some very good memories there, some bad memories there when we've lost and I've been in a shit mode, but let's take it a bit serious. No, that's a happy place, mate. Happy place.
How many times you been there?
6.
6 times.
Six
Man,
times.
How cool is that?
Yes, yeah. First game I ever saw was in 2008. We lost to the Texas Rangers. It was a very boring game of baseball. Nothing happened. And I've never been so shitty in my life that I waited my whole life to get there, flew halfway across the world, and just this lackluster game where the Yankees did nothing and they lost. Doesn't help that my best mate back home goes to the Rangers, so he was letting me have it the whole time.
And who would that be?
That's Matt Morrow.
Okay.
Yeah, a very good baseball career, Matt Morrow. Played one game, got one at bat, got a walk. That's it.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it.
So he's doing better than me and you.
Likes to talk about his on-base percentage quite a lot, actually. He does. The next night, went back. Yankees were down 10-1 after 2 innings, and I was ready to jump on a plane and go home. They ended up coming back and winning.
Oh,
12-11. I think they won in the end.
nice.
Posada hit a walk-off bomb, and I reckon the second the ball came off the bat, New York started. Just mental.
yeah, there you
Absolutely mental.
There you
Yeah. One of my fondest memories that game. It was awesome.
Yeah.
What year was the Jim Beam experience?
The one I can't remember.
Do you remember?
And the man paid a lot of money to be there.
So this was in 2000. It was the year after they won the flag. So this is 2010. Me and a few of the Div 1 boys from Golden Grove, we all flew over, travelled around the place a bit, and went to a game at Yankee Stadium against the Mets. So it was a
Big one, yeah.
Subway Series. This is big time.
Because that's huge. Like people maybe
yeah.
tuning into the podcast that don't know baseball and all that sort of stuff. That's like Port
That's-
Adelaide
exactly.
and
This
the
is-
Crows,
yep,
and
showdown
that's big time.
Absolutely hate each other. I'm a fan of both teams in that city. You are down the line, right?
Yeah.
So it looks to be a great game to go to. Let's make the effort. We'll go somewhere a bit special rather than sitting in the pleb seats. Spent a few thousand a pop getting in the Jim Beam private bar, heated seats, private bar, private bathroom. I reckon I saw them warming up, and then it was the next day. I know they lost. I don't remember a thing. I couldn't tell you a thing. Honestly, I could not tell you a thing about the game.
Very cool.
I know who the starting pitchers were, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I know we lost.
So just going back to it, so what does the Mr. Jeter mean to you, mate?
It's,
That's right.
it's
Just got a Mr. Jeter.
it's good. You didn't practice that or anything.
No.
Come straight
We
out, mate.
don't rehearse anything here in the studio.
No, well, I think I referred to Yankee Stadium as heaven before. Well, he's God, baby.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
And What about Monument Park? There was an experience down there, I reckon somewhere around 2010. Haven't done my homework on that one either, but
Yeah, there was.
what happened out there, mate?
So this is the same trip, I believe we were on, 2010. Yes, same trip. Decided I was going to pop the question to the.
Oh, hang on, time out, man. I didn't even know this story, guys. So popping the question at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, baby, of course.
Damn.
In Monument Park.
She's an amazing lady, man. Like I've met your
She's
wife.
a lucky lady.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She's an amazing lady to put up with your stuff, man. I'll tell you right now.
No,
So tell us the day. What happened?
That's I decided well before the trip that's where I was going to pop the question. We've been dating since 2002, something like this.
Ashman knows. Ashman knows.
Ash was been
What he's
following me
on.
since 2002.
Weirdo. Stalker.
Yeah.
But I think we were living together by then as well. There was no like, what is marriage really going to change? So I was never that keen. Not keen, but just didn't mean much to me. Didn't see the point. Whatever.
Yeah.
When we planned the trip, I thought, okay, this is the time I'll do it. So got the engagement ring. Gave it to my sister.
How big was the rock, man? It was a big rock.
It was a good one. I think it was a good one. I took out. Was I still working at Bunnings then? Maybe it was. I reckon I was still forklift driver maybe at that point in time. So I took out the little loan, got the ring for
Big
it.
rock, right?
Gave it to my sister to carry. She came on the trip with us.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah.
in case, there was-
Kel.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
Kel, come
so
along.
yes,
That's
thank you.
good.
I actually thought when he said that he was proposed to his sister, like gave it to my sister. I'm like,
Oh,
no,
that's a bit
that
weird.
threw me off a
Yeah,
bit.
no,
Yeah,
that's a bit weird.
Sorry, man. That's just me. Sorry.
Anyway,
It's definitely just you.
Yeah, that's just
Nobody
me.
else got.
No, I'm sorry. I come up with that one. Yep.
So gave it to her to carry, so Mel would go through the bags and find it. On the day we were going to Yankee Stadium, took it from her, put it in my bag. We're riding the subway to 161st and River Avenue. It's pretty shady characters on the subway and stuff.
wouldn't want to go to see rock in my pocket.
Right, so I'll go there pretty nervous. Not sure how I'm going to do it. I looked into the old Jumbotron, putting it up on the board.
Oh.
But it cost money. It cost a few $100. I was like,
that,
yeah.
right,
So
So with the basketball and stuff, there wasn't a chance to do the old kiss cam, where you could have brought it up.
no, there wasn't.
No, not.
I didn't get
Yankee
that
Stadium.
far though. So that day we did the tour of Yankee Stadium. It was a cracking day, beautiful day. So we're doing the tour. They take you underground and show the museum and all this other stuff. And I had no plans if I was going to do it in the 7th inning stretch, or I had no idea what I was doing. Right, I was just holding this thing in my pocket. And we went to Monument Park, which is where all the retired numbers are and all the bronze statues and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And there's just this moment where everyone that was with us, all of our friends, were all on the top step looking over Yankee Stadium, and I was the only one on the bottom step. And in my mind, I'm like, this is going to be like beautiful, right? I'm going to
Really go on the knee.
I'm going to kneel down. They're going to turn around. It's going to be cracking, whatever. So I've turned around, and there's Babe Ruth, and there's Joe DiMaggio, and I'm like, oh, let's go. Mel, I got you this. That's exactly what I said. No. Everyone on the tour thought I bought her a key ring. No, I don't have any idea.
Stubby holder from the kiosk.
I've got my backpack on, my bum bag and shit. Like I got this. Like, fucking shit.
So you didn't even get down and say,
the shittest proposal in the history
no,
of all proposals. She's turned around and like, yeah, okay, hugged or whatever, and then the people on the tour are clapping, and they're like,
so she understood what you were.
well, the people on the tour are like, did she say yes? I'm like, I don't even know if I asked her. I don't. It was an absolute fucking mess. But we've got a local pub that we go to just down the road, the Yankee Tavern. They're awesome, right?
Can I ask, quick time out, man.
Yes.
This is how much I love this man. Right, he lives in South Australia. And yeah, he's got a local pub in New York where he goes to with his
no, they
with his
chant
friends.
his name as he comes down
Yeah.
the road.
All right. Sorry, mate. It's
Once
all right.
the train door
I just thought.
opens,
I've never been anywhere in the world where I've said I've got a local pub.
Well,
But let's go, man. Let's go.
I'll go sideways. The reason it's a local pub, when we first went, we were looking for a place to have a beer, so we went to this pub. And so we sit down in Yankee Tavern. It's about 2 blocks away from Yankee Stadium. It's not right on it, but it's, there's a few shops and whatever. And I sat down, and the guy behind the bar said to me, I can't remember who was supposed to pitch. I think Mike Messina was supposed to pitch right that night. And he said, how do you think Randy Johnson will go tonight? And I'm like, oh, shit, did Moose get scratched? And he's like, oh, you're a real fan. Free beer. So they must get so many tourists that come through there that just have no fucking clue. And I'm like, you don't get a chance around the water cooler at work, we talk about footy to talk about baseball every day. So I'm in my element, right? I could just talk ball with these guys. It's wicked. Yeah. So we got really good friends with the guy around the pub and the waitresses and whatever. So every time we go, we always go back, and they remember us.
Man. That's great.
So after my disgusting ass attempt at a proposal, we went to our local pub, and we said, we just got engaged, whatever, So free beer in a plastic cup. Free garlic cheesy fries in like a styrofoam container. You just couldn't do it better.
Sweet.
It was awesome.
Maz living the life right there.
It was awesome. And then it was first pitch, and it doesn't matter. And it's not what you
Hey, that's Stingray up there in the crowd.
Yeah, Stingy, he's just rocked up.
That's Stingray. Oh, mate, he'll be over. Hey, I'm sure he'll pop up at some stage tonight.
I'm sorry, people. As I said in the interview, that's a full interview one day.
Marriage 2011.
Yep, you're after
to Mel.
Yes, it was to Mel.
Yes.
Wasn't Dipper?
Well, it was. We're going to go back to Derek Jeter now, though.
Right?
Oh, so
back
it
to
was
Jeter.
almost to him, because everyone kind of knows I love Jeter a little bit too much. A little bit too much. My father-in-law played a bit of a trick on me that when the Mel arrived with the girls in the convertible Mustang, so you turn.
Yep.
When I turned back, 150 people in the crowd all had Derek Jeter.
No way.
He
Are
printed,
you serious?
He printed off Derek Jeter's face and stuck it on like a popsicle.
Yeah.
And gave it to everybody in the crowd.
You got footage or
and
a
everyone,
photo of that?
Yeah, there'd be photos of it, surely,
Nice.
And everyone in the crowd knew at the moment I turned away to do it, and I turned back, and it was all Jeter.
That's my boy. Because the scary thing is, like, I met Maz through baseball and the Expendables and that sort of stuff, but Maz's biggest fan is my son, Jordan. And now he's an absolute Jeter nut, absolutely loves Jeter, but is obviously big 99 now and all that sort of stuff.
He's missed Jeter's era, right? He's
on YouTube all the time because of the man Maz. And I have to say, because of we all smelling really, really sweet with the Derek Jeter aftershave, that my boy puts on way too much. But anyway,
that's good stuff, mate.
It's good stuff. We've sprayed it on, me and the big man.
We're all hard, aren't we? The whole lot of us. So, hey, what about you've been there plenty of times? Hudson River.
Yep.
Cruising there at night time to see the New Jersey and
so
Brooklyn.
One of my good friends who lives in Brooklyn, Eric. So he's one of the imports that came over and played for Golden Grove many, many years ago. He lived with us during that time, so we obviously pretty friendly. Yep. We stay with him when we go to Brooklyn. He lives in Park Slope, and his old man runs I think it's called the Waterways Company, which is like the waterway, like that's the water taxi that does the Hudson River. Instead of catching a cab, we jump on this looks like the Popeye, right? This Popeye looking thing, and we just bar hop from town to town, all around Brooklyn, all around that. And some of these bars he's taken us to over the years, all overlooking Manhattan, you wouldn't know they're there. They're just little suburbs, right? But just these rooftop bars and pubs all over the place. So if you don't know the locals, you wouldn't know they're there.
Very nice.
Yeah, we had some good nights. With Eric and a few of the boys.
Nice.
Yeah, it looks fantastic at night time. We were lucky enough to get on there and go right up the East River there, and I think they turn you around at the Statue of what's it called? Not the Chrysler Building, the other one, doesn't matter. Empire State. Yep. Yeah. And you can see right down 42nd Street from one side to the other.
It's a beautiful city, and I found Americans to be really accommodating to Australians, very friendly to us. We had a moment where we were at Empire State Building, just jogged a memory there. Eric was saying it's busy all the time during the day, lineups, whatever. So we went at midnight. What was like, I don't even know, 12:30, 1 a.m. in the morning. We went up there, observation deck, straight up the top. And there's this guy playing the saxophone. He's just playing tunes and stuff. And we're just chilling up the top, looking all over it. And he stops. Australians? He starts playing Waltzing Matilda.
Oh, really?
So there's us.
So he had the repertoire straight away.
Yeah, well, we'd had a few by then. So we're up the top of the Empire State Building. There's about, 12 of us by the crew that we had with us, all singing Waltzing Matilda at the top of the Empire State Building.
You get a few Aussies just in the underground.
Yeah, they're around.
And,
yeah.
It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
The underground's wicked though, isn't it?
I love New York. I mean, I'm biased, but I do love it.
They rattle. I remember jumping out one of the carriages one day, and Reece said, "Hey, Dad, don't muck around." And I'll just get a photo. I love every carriage has got an American flag on every
Nice.
carriage.
Yeah.
And there I am, and the door's shut, and I went, I'm fucked. You know, like, seriously, I thought I'm in trouble here. So the guy knew that I was taking photos, and the doors opened up, and they let me back in. But I had no roam on my phone. I had no cash on me, and the door shut. And there's my family inside the bloody underground. I'm thinking, well, that's it for me, mate. I don't even know where I am. So
the subway can be pretty confusing.
Yeah. But the other thing is too is like, I think we can all appreciate why we love America so much is patriotic, and there's so patriotic. They say flags on everything. Everything's done. That's Pete just handing a beer across to Maz.
He was up in the grandstand before,
but yeah, that's why we all love it, and definitely since I've met you, and that's what I get out of you. You just love how much America means brought to you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been watching baseball forever, absolutely forever. So I'm growing up. I'm whatever I am, old enough to sort of understand what's going on. 5, 6 years old. There's no Foxtel. There's no cable TV. There's no Netflix. You get Game of the Week at 5 o'clock in the morning or something on channel whatever. We used to tape it because the Yankees were so successful towards the later 90s and stuff, and I was really starting to get into it. That's the game you got every week was the Yankees. So that's the only team that was ever really I saw. So fell in love with them and been following ever since. So, you know, in between innings, they'd fly the chopper over the stadium and you see all the buildings and stuff like that. So, as I was saying, like, I had this image of New York and Yankee Stadium, and then the first game I ever went to was just shit and we lost, and I was like, wow, I just flew all the way for this. Like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
Made up for
sure.
Quickly, though,
It's a pumping place, though. We went out to New Jersey, out to MetLife Stadium out there to see the Jets versus the Bills.
American football, we're talking
American footy,
and
that concrete was pumping, man. Like that whole stadium, you could feel the concrete bounce.
That's 90,000 people just bounce.
Yeah, I think it was 82, or it was pretty close to 90 grand.
That's one thing I've never done, because we always plan our trips around baseball. There's no ice hockey, there's no basketball, there's no gridiron. There's a very slight crossover. We landed in Phoenix, and there was a Suns game that night. It was a playoffs game, and I asked a guy at the airport the chance to get in tickets. He just laughed at me.
Yeah,
He thought I was hilarious.
Unless you're a millionaire.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, sorry, yeah.
Funny though, like we went. You said the ice coffee. I remember Shoddy saying when he went to the States there with his work and that, and he said, "Go and have a look at the ice hockey."
Yeah.
And we're lucky enough to get some tickets in at Madison's there, and we sat in there. We grabbed a refillable Coke that you only had to wait. The Yanks are pretty big people, you know. They had to wait, I don't know, minute 30 before they could refill, and I think we all drank out of the same cup. Anyway, we're sitting there, and we get into the third period. Right, and it sort of gets towards the end of the period there, and everyone's leaving, and we're thinking, God, they really don't like, they don't see the game out to the very end. We thought there was a fourth period, so
only 3 in hockey. Yeah.
So we're sitting there, mate, and everyone's looking at us. I'm thinking, God, these people are disgusting. Like they either want to go and get pizza out the front or whatever they're doing. But in the end, they've asked us to leave and said, "Look, the game's over. There's no fourth period."
That's
so,
awesome.
we learn a bit out of that. Hey, look, let's move out of New York.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about your music.
You
got the Jonestown Syndicate.
Yes,
Tell us a little bit about that one.
well, there's not much to tell now.
Oh, come on now. Hey. There's this room doesn't hold for being like you did really well with your music, man. Just be confident.
Are you vocal, guitarist, drummer? What are you?
No, guitar.
Lead guitar or bass?
Our style of music, not really. There's no solos, right? So there's no split between the lead. Like we do. How to explain it? We might do the same thing at the same time. We might do something different at the same time, but no one's doing anything, I guess, so technical you would class them as a lead guitarist. It's a very, very different, like it's called deathcore, right? So
I was about to say, I was about to come into right now because I love my music, and me and you got some music interests like Billy Joel. I think we've been on camera. I think we'll put it onto the podcast one day when we were singing Billy Joel.
You didn't believe me though. We had a full-blown argument at that premiership night, there's a photo on the wall that I'm pointing at.
Yep.
That you thought I was taking the piss about Billy Joel.
I did, and I'll take it to my
Yeah.
grave saying I apologise. It's that, and I think Pete was actually in that that thing as well. So we'll put that on the podcast one day. But that was deathcore. That was some heavy music.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure your hairstyle was just a little different back then.
That's coming back now because now I'm in isolation. I have to like look cool. So I'm like, look
starting to
good.
grow here. It's
No, I'm going. I'm back, baby. I'm back. I keep telling Mel every morning. I wake up. I'm back. It's like I look like a fucking hobo. No, that was for the good part of my life. That was the focus, not baseball. Music was everything. Absolutely everything.
Yeah, and that's one of the questions I've got written down, man. And because we've spoken before, where did you get from music to the baseball? Because I know music was so important to you, but then you came back to baseball.
I always played. I never stopped playing baseball. So I started playing ball when I was about 4 or 5. I think I started playing Pee-wee. And I've only had one season off, and that was when my daughter was born 4 years ago. Music was the focus just out of high school. I worked at Bunnings. I was a forklift driver, and every cent I earned went to para music or music corner at Salisbury, like guitars, amps, pedals, you name it. That was it. Go home, just play. Had a band with 2 of my very good mates. I'm still only 2 guys. Actually, 2 of the 3 guys I still see from school now. Had a band with them. Just living room. Mum's house, living room. 4-track records, all that sort of stuff. Heaps of fun. Joined another band, sort of got recruited into another band. Started playing live shows around Adelaide. Met 2 other guys that were brothers. They got recruited into that band also. Quickly worked out that us 3 had very common interest in music that wasn't the band we were in. We were kind of what they call studio musos. Like we sort of came in to play a part, not necessarily like wrote songs or did much. We were just there to sort of that. So the 2 brothers and I, and then started another band with another young lad who was one of the guys' girlfriend's brothers at the time. Makes sense, yep. And us 4 just sort of went off together for years.
Yeah. That was a huge part of your life, though. That was a huge part of your life.
From the early 2000s to about 2008, something like that. That was it. Just recording, touring, we released a couple of albums, we signed to a few major labels, toured all over Australia, toured, with huge US bands all over New Zealand and stuff like that. It was
when did you come?
Awesome, man.
When did you come from that back to baseball?
But even then, I was still playing baseball in between.
Yeah.
But baseball wasn't my focus.
Yeah.
So.
But when did it become your focus?
When did baseball become my
yeah,
focus?
back when you come from your band and all that.
So when we broke up, when my band broke up, then baseball was not all I had left, but that turned to my priority. And not that I would say I wasted, but there was a good few years there where if I had applied myself and I trained and I, not that I wasn't training because I didn't want to, but I was touring, right? Like I was doing all this stuff with the band, like, maybe I could have done something a bit more in the baseball space, but music that was it. And I would never take any of that back. That was some of the fucking greatest memories of my life, hanging out with those 3 lads on the road, There's nothing better than sitting in a stinky ass van for 2 weeks with 3 of your best mates. It sounds like shit, but fuck, it was so much fun. Much fun. Just touring all over the place. You meet so many good people. I'm still friends with a lot of the people we met from all over the country. Still talk to guys I met in New Zealand. Did tours with all those guys. It was awesome. It was very much a brotherhood, a community. So we would play a show over there, and then we'd hook them up with a show over here. So we always had someone we could go to say like, oh, we want to come to the East Coast, hook us up. 15 shows done.
Yeah.
But then they'd hit up. We need to come. We need to come south. Yep, sweet. We got you 4 shows banked done. Like, it was awesome, man.
Hey, what about darts? Yeah, also got into darts for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Because he moves
everywhere.
Moves around every field, which is good.
Darts was an excuse to have a beer, though. That was never I'm competitive. I like to win. So
you need to.
I've got a couple of things here. We can talk about your competitive nature in a minute. Yeah.
No, darts started exactly as that. Just the excuse to have a beer with your mates on a school night. So, long story short, my brother-in-law, not my American brother-in-law, my other brother-in-law, Adam, because I know he's watching. He had a crew. He had a crew that.
He's up there with the sting.
He's up there with the
Stingray.
They had a crew that's played darts socially at their house. They just rotated around each other's houses and played and whatever. I think they worked out they were pretty good, joined a club. They ended up winning a premiership, I think, that first year. One of the guys dropped out and they needed someone to come in. I'd played darts here and there just like sparingly, never for competition or anything like that. I was like, yeah, sweet, I'll join. Wednesday night, $5 a season, $4 pints over the bar. Yep, I'm in. Ended up really liking it. Part of that is because you're spending time with your boys, with your mates.
Hell yeah.
Played for 5 odd years, 3 flags, 3 premierships in there with the Shanghai Dreaming was our
Shanghai Dream.
was our squad. Yeah, good bunch of lads. All
Right, this brings me into one of the questions I've been dying to ask, man. Like, I came into the Dodgers club. I think it was 7 years ago. I met Maz and all the rest. He was playing a fairly high level of baseball, actually, man. And I noticed straight away he was the most intense and most focused dude I'd ever seen in my life.
Are you saying almost anal, or is he fairly...
I don't think I'd go with the word anal. But I didn't know Maz back in those days. It was just this skinny little lead-off batter that would...
You're not saying he puts all his uniform down onto the bench and gets everything prepared, and then the music comes on, and then there's a whole chant of people running down the street going, Maz, 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 Maz.
If he struck out, he threw his helmet. If he did something in the field, most intense man that I've ever seen on the baseball field. But then beautifully, a few years ago, I was proud to play in the Expendables with Maz. So I remember, I can picture this day as it was like yesterday. I think it was a lady throwing. So this is winnable. I think
this is going.
Okay. A lady was throwing, and Maz popped up to centre field
to give one back.
No, popped up. He's got caught out, and he threw the bat so hard down and winnable ground soft. The bat stuck. The helmet's come off, gone in the thing, and I'm thinking, he's the same guy, man. Like, this is like not Div 2 baseball, Div 1 baseball. This is winnable. So I just want to ask you the question. It's a long-winded question, but I want to ask, where did you get that intensity from? Where do you get that passion from where you just absolutely love it?
I like to think that I can remember almost every moment on a baseball field, and I'm calling bullshit. That did not happen.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. It might have been a lady. It might have been a fat old man. I'm not sure. But it was a pop-up.
It might have been someone else. It might not have been me.
No, it was you, but it was definitely a pop-up to centre field, and you threw that bat.
I do have a tendency to pop up. That is well known.
Yeah.
Throw my bat.
But the question is, like, where do you get that intensity from? Where do you get that? Because whether you're playing, my question basically is, where you're playing winter ball or whether you're playing Divi 1.
How do I explain this, right? So
I want to hear this.
So I am legitimately embarrassed about my behaviour from a few years ago. Like, and I mean that. Like, how I used to be, like, throwing helmets and stuff is fucking pathetic. Like, but it was never a...
Because we're going to talk about that in a minute, but I want to know where you got that drive, that single drive.
All it is I don't like letting down the team. It's not me. I'm fucking superstar. I should be out. It's like I've just done something that hasn't benefited our team, and I should have done more. That's where everything always comes from, and I can't stand that it took me 27 years of playing to be like, you struck out. Who cares? Everyone strikes out, right? Like, it's taken me forever to work that out. And I've calmed down considerably in my old age, I'll have you know.
So my next question is, the juniors, were you like that at juniors?
Yes. Yeah.
So little Maz, like 5-year-old Maz, would he come out and...
Well, he's now 15, like, for goodness sake. It's not going to go a great deal of change.
Let's go. But 5-year-old Maz gets struck out at the Pee Wee League.
That's just, you're painting a picture for the viewers here. That isn't true. I didn't throw my helmet every single time.
No.
Time.
I'm not talking about throwing the helmet. I'm just talking about that passion, that...
No, I don't like to...
intensity that I've played with a lot of great athletes. I'm not going to give it a sec. But I've played with a lot of great athletes through my basketball and all that sort of stuff, and I hate repeating it. But, like, I've played with some stuff, and you're just as intense as those guys I saw.
I don't like to lose. No one likes to lose, right? But it took me a very long time to learn that you're going to lose. And baseball's a fucking terrible sport to play. If you're, look at the majors, right? If you fail 70% of the time, you're an all-star. What sort of dumbass sport are you successful when you're only successful 30% of the time? And that's what baseball is. And that's why I get frustrated. I'm in the wrong sport. I quit.
All right, it's all done.
Wait, but you've been saying that since you were 5.
No, I love the game. No, I just don't like to lose. And I didn't act real well for many years, and I'm fully aware of that.
Hey, look, I think it's cool that your role model's Derek Jeter.
And he's the polar opposite of what I just spoke about.
And you had a little bit of a run at shortstop this year as well, didn't you? In the Dev 4-4s.
I wasn't going to bring that up, man.
Oh, let's bring it up.
Yeah,
hey, I don't want to talk about
We'll talk facts. Yes, I did have a run. Next question, please. Single-handedly.
Well, Phil went down. Phil blew his ankle
It's
out.
Phil's fault, really. This whole
It is Phil's fault. But
right? And just quietly, Phil is a absolute stud, right? He's a very, very hard person to replace at shortstop. He's the best shortstop in the league. But thought I could give it a crack. I've watched Jeter my whole life. Yeah, I reckon I made 15 errors that day.
I don't reckon it was that much, but
It was
fantastic.
Single-handedly the worst game of baseball I've ever played in my life, and that is like without a doubt.
You want to hit him with the big
No.
or what?
No. What I want to say right now is, like, we're going to bring up Dipper a bit later. But I spoke to Dipper on the Wednesday night training after the 15 errors.
Isn't it great to have another champion in the room?
Here we go. What's Dipper got to say?
So I spoke to Dipper on that Wednesday night and I said, is Maz, putting a bit of spice on this? And he looked at me and said, Scotty, I've never seen so many men throw a ball away that much.
It was fucking embarrassing, man. It was disgusting. Like, I thought the hardest part of it would be getting to the ball, like fielding the ball. I'm used to seeing it up here and now it's down there. And I gloved everything. It was terrible, absolutely terrible. I'll never do it again.
And as a man as proud of your arm, just up, high, low, high.
Yeah, I bounced about 14. And I reckon one.
So who was first base that day?
Rogers.
No, it wasn't Greg. No, that's not. Please.
It wasn't your good mate.
It was Sean Maley was filling in. So.
Sean Maley. So can we blame it on Maley?
Well, if he's watching, no. If he's not, absolutely.
Yeah. So he didn't glove him.
Yeah, he probably should have got all of them.
Yeah.
Really, I think.
They were close. They were close. Give it
At least we're behind it out.
I
That's
bounced
all
it about 5 feet in front of me and it rolled. It was not pretty.
Nice.
I really like it.
No. Greg is a Gold Glover, mate. He's a. Oof.
Hey, and you're a life member at the 472 bar, Maz Park. There's apparently been a new dartboard and wall system for you. The 472 bar's got some history. I know Stingray in the grandstand there. He's the first life member of that bar, and look, to have any form of stadium or on your Petey to have a park named after you, like was honoured here at the 472 bar to have Maz Park down the back.
I'm honoured. I've only had good times at this place at Bar 472.
Well, it's now the brother to this new area that we've got going here today, which is fantastic, isn't it?
It's just gold, man. Like, it's gold. So
someone said, just before you get on there, someone said
you
years
just
ago,
touched my hand. All right. He held my hand,
grab some
folks.
dead on, mate. Yeah, if you build it, they'll come, mate.
Grab my
Mazza,
hand.
you're the first one to come here, which is
Yeah.
fantastic. What do you want to get on to now? Do you want to?
I reckon we're going to go to the final 5.
You want to hit him hard?
Yeah, we're going to go to the final 5, man. So this
All right,
is...
now we've been waiting. We're going
to go to the final 5, man.
To throw 'em at you.
So this is the final
Just
5.
keep a second between it all right?
So
keep a second between your answers.
You just got to take your time with it, all right? And just be honest. All right, best sporting moment.
Best sporting moment.
Best sporting moment.
Easily Div 2 Premiership, Golden Grove, 2010-11.
See, I wish I've got a couple of things where you threw your helmet and nearly killed two of your teammates.
Yeah, one of them was my brother-in-law. He had it coming.
Yeah, all right. So we'll leave that alone. All right. Most embarrassing sporting moment.
That right there.
So you want to explain the helmet? Because I hear Danon was an actual inch shorter after that incident.
So this is a...
Didn't only get hit, did he? Or...
Oh, I think so. Nearly got killed, apparently.
Yeah, this is a meaningless game against East Torrens at Golden Grove. Struck out on curveball, which I do many times. Was pretty upset about it. This is actually the last time I ever had a spit as well. That's why I'm calling bullshit on your winnable story just before, because I'm fucking still not certain that happened. I walked back to the dugout and I threw my helmet as hard as I could at the concrete, and it ricocheted at lightning speed. Lightning speed.
Sparks.
And went right in between Nunny and Reed, my brother-in-law, who was the Div 1 import superstar pitcher, and just bounced right in between them. It would have broken one of their noses. And that's definitely the most embarrassing moment. I apologised to the team after the game, and I have not thrown a helmet since.
Nice. So this one actually might just... So the most sporting moment that you wish you could take back. So I'm pretty sure that might be it.
Well, does that count as being on the field?
Yeah. The most you can take back. Something you've done you can take back.
Well, there's a few. Should have probably swung at the curveball. Wouldn't happen.
Nice. All right, this is the big one, man. So it's 4 a.m. in the morning. You got a body to bury. You've only got one phone call. Who do you call and why?
Shit. That's good. 4 a.m.
4 a.m. in the morning, you've got one body to bury. Who do you call and why?
I'm not calling anyone.
Shit, that's going a lot.
Yeah.
I reckon Dipper might be upset with that, but anyway.
You would trust Dipper?
Yeah, good.
Dipper's good at everything, mate.
Yeah.
That's we ticked him off first. That
You thought Dipper was my number one?
Dipper would be the
I thought
guy.
you know mine was Dip.
He'd rock up, he'd smile, for starters.
He'd look good though, wouldn't he? And probably throw a curve at you, and you'd go,
Yeah.
"Oh fuck,
Yeah.
Hey, hang on, I've just put someone in the ground for God's sake." You know,
It's a
like,
big joke, big smile, he's always smiling. He'd tell everyone about it.
Oh, yeah, of course. You couldn't tell.
No, I'm not calling anyone.
No one.
No,
You're burying that body yourself?
Yep, absolutely.
that's hardcore, isn't it? That's a
done.
hard nut, I reckon.
Oh, this is going to be a really good one, man. The best dodger you've ever played with. You only get one. You only get one answer. One answer. You get one.
Come on,
Best dodger you've ever played with.
Yeah, but now if I have to take it seriously, it's Dipper.
I knew he wouldn't fucking escape this interview. I knew that.
No, I mean I've played with. I'm not naming my number one because you only said one, but I've played with some guns.
But you just said
like-
Dip.
No, but
No. Oh God, let him
guys
go.
like
Let him go.
Jeremy Creswell. I've played with some absolute studs over the years. Right?
But all right.
Absolute studs.
All right.
But Dipper is.
But hang on a second. We're just going to pause and bring it back to me. The original question was, who is the number one dodger you've ever played with? You get one.
It's Brandon.
He's named 4.
It's Brandon Diplock.
And why?
Dipper, he's a legend. Think about the guy, right? He's had the
He'd probably rock up in the cop car. Like seriously, he's everywhere.
Dipper. I mean, forget that he's won everything always, right? He is a very nice guy. I hate to admit it. He drives me to baseball every week. That's part of the reason. I really need Dipper because I don't know where Adelaide's ground is, so I need Dipper.
His parents have beautiful smelling gardens. Coffee, they got the aroma of coffee. It's beautiful. Man, they are great people.
Look, in all honesty, I mean, what's Dipper won? Every Caps medal ever, right? He's won every MVP ever. He could have, when Golden Grove was relegated to a Div 2 club, he won the Caps medal. Could have gone to any other club ever. Everyone's chasing him. Never wavered once. He's pitched every inning for Golden Grove forever. If you're talking about a number one Dodger, he's the man. He's a legend.
Yeah, hey, look, I love the man, and he helps me and all that sort of stuff, and he's a fantastic man. But
He's a club guy. He's a good dude.
There's something in his blood that would take out COVID-19, mate, and not detergent. I try.
All right, guys.
All right, we're getting towards the end. Mazza,
Hey, thank you.
there's a guy coming down from the crowd. I can see him now, and
All right, here you go. Give me a
he's
big
running like hell.
Hey, this is the Stingray coming. Petey, Stingray champion. Expendable.
Cheers, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Hey, look, thanks for being a part of it. Look, this has taken about 12 months to get up and going.
Yeah.
There's a couple of guys to thank. One of these guys is the producer tonight called Reece, man.
Yeah, big Reece.
Man, he's sort of tidied up all our loose ends, and the other one, all our signs are done by SOS Safety Signs. Jace, top shelf, man. The next guest we've got is the Joe Balzan. We call him the Lionsgate. We've got him in about 2 weeks' time, on the same time on a Friday night, and we're going to try to pick his brains about how good General Motors Holden was with the. We think he was around the VB Commodore when he started there. I might be wrong, but it'll be interesting to see which car he started on. And of course, we know what car he ended with. So,
Yeah.
Joel Maz, thank you, mate.
Mate, it's been an absolute pleasure.
What a
mate.
legend.
My pleasure.
Fantastic to give up your time, and thanks for episode 1, mate, because it's been fantastic.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.